140. Perfect.
So, I had my glucose test a week ago, and they pretty much told me no news is good news. Well, it's been a week, honey, and I ain't heard nothing. So, I'm gonna assume everything's good in the hood, you know? Yeah, here was my experience. My appointment was at 8:15 in the morning, and then you're not allowed to eat the night before, starting at like midnight. And then you get there, they took some of my blood, and then I got to pick a drink. So they had fruit punch, lemon lime, or orange. I went with orange. And then I had 5 minutes to finish the drink, and then I had to wait an hour, and they took my blood again, and then I had to wait another hour, and they had to take my blood a second time, and they chose to do it all in the same vein. I'm like, girl, by the third poke, I was like, oof, she's a little sore. Luckily, I'm not weird with needles or anything like that, but honestly, the drink was not that bad. I see a lot of people being super dramatic about it. It just was like a super sweet Gatorade. Between like drinking it and then like the first hour, I was definitely feeling pretty nauseous. At one point I kind of wanted to throw up, but I did a quick Google search, and it said if you do throw up, you have to redo the test. So I was like, okay, we're gonna keep it together. So I just kind of bared through it. Luckily, I had like my doctor's appointment during that time, so that kind of made the first hour go fast. Like, I gotta listen to the baby's heartbeat and do all that stuff. And then the second hour was kind of slow. I didn't really know I would have to be there for 2 hours. I thought it was just like 1 hour. So that was a little crazy. Something that's exciting, since I'm in my last trimester now. In the past, I used to have appointments once a month, so like every 4 weeks. And now they say it's up to every 2 weeks now. So that's crazy. I'm not really sure how many more ultrasounds. Maybe one like closer to the end, just to make sure the baby's like in the right position. I'm not really sure. Actually, I have an appointment in 1 week, because it's already been 1 week. So I don't really know what the appointment is. Maybe just the, hey, how you doing? Yep, you doing good? Okay, go home. It's kind of crazy how fast they get you in and out, but I guess it's good. You don't want to waste your time. So yeah, I'm really excited to be in the final trimester. This weekend I have maternity pictures. There's a lot of exciting things coming up. I'm sure with the holidays, time is just gonna fly by. So little man is gonna be here so soon. I'm in the final third of it. So yeah, that's kind of my little update for now.
How many weeks are you?
Tomorrow I'll be 33.
Do you hear it?
Good morning. Tomorrow I will be 35 weeks. The final countdown. I can't believe it. My body can believe it though. Oh, your girl, her hips are hurting. For some reason, my shoulders have been killing me, dude. It's like going all the way up into my neck. I don't know if it's just the way I'm sleeping, but I'm tossing and turning like a freaking rotisserie chicken. I'm very out of breath. Very out of breath. Everything's been done. We got Thanksgiving done. The bridal shower, baby shower. Bridal shower, what? Baby shower done. So, Next up is Christmas. But luckily I can just be in my cozies. And, yeah, we're pretty much just waiting. 5 weeks, dude. Tomorrow, 5 weeks left. You have got to be kidding me. I can't believe it. Where did the time go? I mean, I'm kind of happy about it because, duh, I want to meet this man, or boy. But, it's kind of sad, you know? But I am ready to get my body back, dude. My body. And I don't mean snapping back, looking as I looked before. I just mean, can a girl put her shoes on? Can a girl walk, 5 feet without huffing and puffing? And can a girl just roll over? Can I just roll over like a normal person? So I'm really looking forward to that. And of course, snuggling my little man. I feel massive. Gained a lot of weight. I've gained like 40 pounds. So if you think about getting pregnant, be prepared for that. 40 pounds. Yeah. That's kind of a downside, but I plan to breastfeed. So hopefully, and I'm going to be on my hot mom walks. You already know. So that should help. And, oh, there's the Mick. He's in his robe. But in 2 weeks, I have my last scan. So they're going to see how big the baby is. And then also, I thought you were going to put that on my head.
I was thinking about it.
And then also, hopefully, he'll be head down. So everyone, cross your fingers. Actually, by the time you see this, he'll probably already be here. But here is my 35-week bump update. Holy guacamole. Huge. I'm freaking huge. My poor belly button, dude. She's a big old mama. She's a big old mama. And I still have 5 weeks. And you know what they say? My app says he's gaining like half a pound a week. What? Where is he gonna fit? It's amazing how the women's body can just change so much. And you know what else is a kind of a funny little thing? It's so hard to even just talk, and I love to talk, so. Anyways, you know how when you feel your stomach, like, growling, usually it's, like, down where your stomach is? I feel it right here. Huh? My stomach will literally make digestive noises up under my rib. It's amazing. It's amazing how we just can move all of our organs around, and then later they just move again. So, just in case you wanted some cool fun facts, there's my little belly. Cute. Alright, so I'm 37 weeks. It's Christmas Eve, and we just got back from our last ultrasound. So that was so sweet. I just love seeing him. Everything went great. He's head down. Thank you, Jesus. And he's in just a good position. I went ahead and got checked on if I'm dilated at all because I've been having a lot of cramping. Turns out I'm not dilated. So that's crazy. But it's okay. I am fighting this sickness. Yesterday I felt absolutely terrible. I have a sore throat and my head is pounding. But at least it's happening now and hopefully not in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, okay, so like it's kind of hard to see the baby the further along you get, because there's less and less room in there. So poor little guy, like his face is literally like smushed, almost like when you're up against like glass. But I was like, can you please try to get some 3D pictures? So this is what she got. It's as good as it's gonna get right now. But yeah, I just can't wait to meet this guy. I can't believe my due date is in 3 weeks. So I'm gonna start just doing all the things, going for walks, just trying to kind of get things going. I'm not trying to rush him or anything, but obviously I just want to kind of help my body along, listen to it, rest when I need to rest. If I have the energy, then kind of walk around, do some good stretching. I've been stretching my hips a lot because they're very sore. But yeah, they measure the femur, the head, and the stomach, put it into some kind of calculation thing. I'm not really sure what it is, but they estimated that he weighs 6 pounds and 12 ounces right now. So that's pretty cool. They said in 2 weeks he'll be like 1 more pound. So at like 39 weeks he'll be 7 pounds, 12 ounces. So yeah, I'm feeling actually pretty good about that. Obviously it's just an estimate. So as time goes on, we'll see. Like I said, it's Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas. And tonight we're going over to my dad's for dinner, and then we'll hang out all day at my dad's tomorrow, play some games, hang out, you know, just chillax. So I'm really excited. It's gonna be our last Christmas before we have our baby. That could bring tears to my eyes. It's just gonna be so cool. Like, from now on, life will be so different. And I'm very, very grateful. And yeah. Pregnancy is crazy. And thank you, Jesus, for being born on Christmas. Who knows if it was on Christmas, whatever. But we are just so grateful to have Jesus and our salvation. And yeah, can't wait to teach our little baby boy all about the reason for the season. So I'm just feeling very grateful right now. And as these next 3 weeks kind of amp up, I will keep everyone updated on what happens. I'm hoping that he comes a little early, but like I said, we'll see. All right, today we are putting in the car seat. Mickey vacuumed out the car yesterday. Thank you very much. Almost 37 weeks pregnant.
Belly bump, bumpy, bumpy.
So it's time, because any time could be go time. I looked up a video how to do this, so let's hope we get it right. All right, we got the top off. And now we're trying to figure out how to do these things. Router through. All right, we got this figured out. Now we put it back on the base. Okay, just scoot the seat forward.
Well, like my knees are
So then we probably need to put it on the...
clown car if I do it like this.
You comfortable? You can't get out? Well, then we probably need to move it to the passenger side. All right, got the car seat in. I added a little mirror. This is so crazy. It's feeling real. The little newborn insert is so tiny. It's so cute. I just can't believe there's gonna be a little baby in here. All right, I just had my 37-week appointment. Tomorrow I'm 38 weeks, but whatever. And everything went good. I mean, these appointments are in the end quick. You're in and out, but I did want to talk about something that I thought was super interesting if you're pregnant. I feel like it's really pressed on women to get induced, and I just thought it was a little odd. So I chose to have a midwife in the hospital, thinking it would be kind of like the more natural route compared to just like a regular OB. And I think they're all kind of the same, if I'm being honest. But I was kind of disappointed in, so there's like 5 different midwives that I meet with through each week. The last like 3 times I met with the same woman, so she probably just works at that office, because there's like 3 offices. But yeah, so this is technically 37 weeks, right? And she's like asking me if I wanted to get checked to see if I'm dilated, and I told her no. And then she kind of seemed like she was judging me a little bit. But I was telling her that I am not really having like a lot of cramps or anything, so I didn't really think I've been progressing, so there's no reason. And my body's gonna do what's gonna do whether you check me or not, right? So then she's like, so you still don't want to be induced? And I was like, no. And then she was like, well, how far are you willing to go? And I was like, what do you mean? And then she's like, so you want to go to your due date? Like, judging me? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, are you willing to go past your due date? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like really concerned and was like, well, we don't go a week past the due date, so we're gonna have to start having discussions about getting induced at least at 41 weeks. Which there is research that shows that the chances of having a stillborn goes up whenever you're past 41 weeks. So like, I understand where she's coming from, but to be pressing me at 37 weeks and wondering why I want to go to my due date, like, that's so bizarre that I would want to go to my due date, is so strange to me, because shouldn't your due date be your goal? Like, it's amazing if you go earlier than that. Also, we don't know what day I conceived, so a due date is just an estimated day. Like, just because that's 40 weeks past your first day of your last period doesn't mean that's the exact day you're gonna give birth. Like, the percentage of women who give birth on their due date is pretty low. So this whole thing is just like very interesting to me. I've never really seen, like, I understand why a lot of women are getting induced, because it's just so pressed. Like, to be questioned when I still have 2 weeks to go on how weird it is that I would want to go to my due date, I find very bizarre. So that really kind of disappointed me. I'm trying to kind of just do this naturally, let my body do what it needs to do, and like, I'm not trying to take this baby out sooner than he needs to be. If he needs 2 more weeks to get his lungs strong, why would I want to take that away from him? The best place he could be right now is in the womb. So just wanted to kind of talk about that because I feel like in America it's very trendy, I guess, for women to kind of be told they should get induced, and I feel like you need to not just like get scared and think that's what you have to do, because there is actually a lot of stories out there or research that shows an induction can cause other issues, and you're also going to have a way more painful labor because you're speeding the process up rather than kind of letting your body do its thing. I'm not judging people who get induced. Just for my own, I prefer to kind of naturally go into labor, naturally do things. I'm not even against having my baby at home next time. So, yeah, very interesting. We'll see how. Now I'm on weekly appointments, so I'll obviously have another appointment next week. And I imagine they're going to be very much pressing me. So I'm going to just keep telling them no. It's like, I feel my baby move every day. He is pretty active. I know as it gets tighter in there, there's less room to move. But as long as I'm feeling him, and as long as they're able to measure his heart rate and it's at a healthy amount, what's the problem? I don't see an issue. He had a great heart rate today, so they are just silly little gooses. But, you know, hopefully the Lord will just allow me to go into labor before I have to deal with any of this. Even if it's on my due date, just, you know, it's up to him, not me. So I'm going to keep on keeping on. Just thought that's something that I wanted to talk about. So, still pregnant. Tomorrow I'm 38 weeks. 2 weeks left. So, here we go. Just had my 38-week appointment. Tomorrow I turn 39 weeks. And I am still not dilated. My midwife is very much pushy. She's like, okay, we're scheduling your induction for 41 weeks. Someone is going to call you today. So, I'm a little disappointed, but still have time. My due date's not for a week. Still have time, right? So, I'm going to try and go for some walks around my neighborhood this week. Of course, it's the coldest week that it's been. But, whatever. So, when are you going to make your arrival, little boy? When? I know it's on his own time. When he's ready to go, he'll come to this world. It's just such a weird time right now. Like, the waiting period is so... It's like you're in the twilight zone. You don't really want to do anything because any time could be go time. But then you're also like, this is going to last a year, but it's going to also fly by. So, just gotta wait. So, I'm 39 weeks pregnant, and my due date is in like 5 days or something. I just wanted to talk about something that happened 2 days ago. It was so scary. So, I went out to get the mail, and as I was walking back in, I was wearing slides, and I rolled my ankle, and look, my ankle's fine, but I started to trip, couldn't catch myself. Luckily, went into the grass, first went down on my knee, but then my belly touched the ground. I didn't fall hard on my belly at all, but that could be very bad. So I went inside. Luckily, Mickey was literally right there. I was like freaking out. I sat on my bed for a minute, waited to fill the baby. He moved, but I just wasn't even going to chance it. So right away we went to the hospital and we got monitored for like 3 hours, and he's totally good. No signs of any kind of distress. And I have an interior placenta, so my placenta's on the front, and so they went ahead and also requested to get an ultrasound just to make sure the placenta had no ruptures and that everything was good. So I'm really grateful that I was able to do that. Everything was totally fine, and I was able to just get reassurance, but it was very scary. It really can make me emotional just thinking about how scary that moment could have been. But while we were on our way to the hospital, as soon as we left our house, there was a truck in front of us, and they had across their whole windshield in the back a huge sticker that said Jesus. So that was really nice, and Mickey was really calm on the way there. I was like sobbing, and he was like, everything is okay, we're following Jesus, everything's gonna be fine. And everything was fine, and I've been feeling him move quite a bit these last 2 days, so I'm very grateful. And he'll be here any day now, so I'm just trying to take things easy and just kind of let my body do its thing. While we were getting monitored, they did see that I was having some contractions, so I don't know if that was because of like getting really worked up, or if that's just like Braxton Hicks or like my body preparing. Last night I was having a lot of kind of feeling like period cramps, and this morning I'm experiencing them as well. They're kind of in my lower back and like my lower abdomen. So I know these are all good signs. So that's kind of my update for now. And yeah, we're getting to the end. Some Mickey's parents are coming into town on Sunday, so today's Friday. And then Mickey's sisters are coming into town, so it's really getting real. Everyone's gonna be here, and they're already talking about how can we help, what kind of meals can we make you. So I'm very, very grateful for our support system and how loved this little boy is already. I'm very emotional, so I cannot wait to meet him. It's gonna literally be any day now, and I'm just so grateful for a healthy baby. And I know that, you know, God is with us, and he'll continue to be with us through this whole journey of bringing him here. So that's my update for now.
2 days overdue.
2 days overdue. My due date was 2 days ago.
The 15th, better be the 18th.
It's definitely dropped. Oh, when are you gonna come meet us, little man? Could it be tonight?
Oh, come
What do you
oh,
think?
come
When are you gonna be a big brother? Loki? What do you think of the baby in here? There's a baby in
She's
here?
got that dog in her.
What do you think of the baby in here? You like that baby? You're wagging your tail. He's really sniffing me tonight. We did just get back from hanging with his family that he didn't get to partake in, so maybe he knows.
Yeah, he hasn't even seen the girls in town.
Well, we're ready to meet you, man. Please join us soon. It's starting to get hard to wait.
Come on, man. You made me work Thursday and Friday, dude. I did not want to do that.
Oh, my stomach is so big. How desperate will you get to go into labor, pay for a pedicure? Okay, I just got home from that appointment. I'm frustrated. really trying to stay positive, but it's really difficult in the end. The last like week or two leading up to birth really plays with your head, and especially if you are like me and you go over your due date, it's just like really difficult. I think God's teaching me a lot about patience, but also I keep having this stop and go with contractions. So it's just like every day a whirlwind, like, am I in labor? Am I not? And then once I'm starting to have contractions, I don't even trust that it's real because now it's been so stop and go. But trying to stay positive. So I'm 1 centimeter dilated and I'm 20% effaced. You have to be 100% effaced and 10 centimeters dilated for your baby to come out. So I'm obviously on the early side of that. So it's a little frustrating to be still so like closed. I'm doing everything, okay? I'm doing everything that they suggest. I've been walking, squatting, eating pineapple, my tea, everything. So it's just really hard. But I was really surprised at my appointment. So in the past, I had a midwife who was really pushing for me to get induced at 41 weeks, which would be tomorrow. And I didn't want to do that. And I'm really glad that I listened to my intuition, because it doesn't feel like my body is ready if it's still kind of been going on this way. I had to fight back against my midwife and basically tell her how I didn't want to do a 41-week induction. So she scheduled me for a 42-week induction. So I have a hard stop date on the 28th, which I'm really hoping I don't make it till then. I had to do a non-stress test today to show or to monitor him, make sure everything looked good, and everything is great. He's perfectly fine. He's in no harm whatsoever. So I feel really good about still waiting, even though the mental game is hard. I know that he's safe and he's fine, and whatever if it's me or him, something needs the last minute touches. So I'm just trying to trust that, and I'll have to go in for another stress test on Thursday. So it's crazy. In the beginning, they weren't even giving me other options. They pretty much were just telling me, you have to be induced at 41 weeks. And then I had to fight back for them to be like, oh, well, actually, we can just monitor you 2 times in the week. And it's like, okay, let's do it. No problem. So every day I feel him move. And obviously, if I didn't feel him move, I would go in right away. So I'm grateful I'm able to be monitored, and he's just gonna come when it's God's time. And it's really, really hard. But yeah, it was kind of sad. So when I was getting my stress test, the girl told me, like, wow, you're the only like person I've seen that's gone past their due date, and I don't remember the last time. Like, it's been years. I was like, what? And then she said, like, pretty much everyone gets induced at 39 weeks. And then whenever I was checking out, the girl at the front desk also told me that. They were trying to schedule me for something past my induction date of like next week on the 28th. And I was like, oh no, I have the induction scheduled in. So she's like, yeah, you're almost there. I was like, I'm 5 days over my due date. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it is what it is. And she was like, oh, I got induced. And I was like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah. And then she's like, at the end of our conversation, telling me how she had to have a C-section. And I'm like, this is what I'm trying to avoid, girl. Like, I'm just trying to trust my body if my body's not ready and I force it, it could be a bad outcome. So I'm just trying to be patient. So that's kind of the update for now. Hopefully things will keep moving and I'm going to continue to try to get this baby out here, but obviously he is taken to his own time. So yeah, I feel like my belly's changed. It's really hard. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It is 8 in the morning on January 23rd. I'm like 8 days or 9 days over my due date. And all last night, starting at like probably 6 p.m., I was just like really crampy. Nothing like crazy, just crampy. We got home, went to bed, woke up at like 3 in the morning. Strong contractions. I started timing them. They're like 6 to 10 minutes apart. And some were so strong, like, ooh, I was curling my toes. So, luckily I was just relaxing because I was like, it's the middle of the night. I'm gonna rest, save my energy. And I was able to get some sleep off and on for like a couple hours, honestly. So I feel actually pretty good today. They're still happening. Thank you, Jesus. In the past couple of days, I've had like cramps for an hour and then they stop. These are very, like, they keep coming. This morning, definitely having contractions. They're not super, super intense. Obviously, I'm talking right now. But I'm hopeful that now that I'm up on my feet, moving around, that they're gonna get stronger. So, could today be the day? If not, there's no way it will be until tomorrow. Well, maybe, but it's gonna be soon, and I cannot wait. So I'm supposed to have an appointment at 10, a non-stress test, because I decided not to get induced at 41 weeks. So they wanted to see me twice in the week. So we'll see if I make it to my appointment at 10.